Lando, a few races into the season now. Obviously, McLaren started off in not where you wanted to be. There's been real progress recently. So where's the team at right now coming into this race? It feels like the last race was a real step forward, a real positive step.
It was a little step forward. I think we don't want to get ahead of ourselves because we understand still where we're at. I think we're in a tight battle with this midfield. We're getting a little bit closer to, say, being confident that we're going to be towards the front. But we've still got a lot of work to do. So it's tough. I think there's going to be weekends we're a little bit ahead, weekends we're a little bit behind because it's so close. But I think we're in a better position, a more confident position that we kind of know where we stand and we can slowly make progress from here.
Yeah. I know because there were so many questions at the start of the year about the team and about your future and stuff like that. Must be nice that you've been able to see this progress and you can kind of say to people like, look, pump the brakes on some of that talk a bit. And actually there's such a long vision, it's a long season ahead of you.
Yeah, I think I get that point. And, I guess maybe the last few years we haven't made the progress we've all wanted. And of course everyone thinks, and knows that. But I've also known like this year, it's not been as bad as what everyone has said. So like, I know what's been going on and therefore there's no reason for me to be worried and doubt my future and all of that, I know what's been going on and I know what we've done wrong, what we've done well and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I have a contract for a few more years, so I'm not getting out of it or anything like this. And I want to win with McLaren. That's my goal. It's not just to win a Formula One World Championship or multiple championships. I want to win it with McLaren. It'll be more special to me. It has more meaning to me. And that's my goal, in life is to do what, in a selfish way, what I want to do, what I want to achieve. It's not like I want to please other people and what's your goal for me, and trying to accomplish that. It's what do I want to do for myself? And I want to win with McLaren. So that's where I stand for now.
And there's so much going on behind the scenes here. Wind tunnel coming online. Obviously, Andreas come here. You can see that a lot better than fans can as well. Yeah. And I guess it's hard to convey that to people when they can't see that.
Sure.
Do you feel that it's not frustration maybe, but you must want to just kind of be able to say to people like, hey guys, look, trust me, there's stuff happening behind the scenes that is good.
Yeah, I think the thing is in Formula One, there's so many parts to the puzzle.
Yeah.
Like so many. And that's why it just takes time.
Yeah.
And it takes people. People is one of the biggest things at the minute. You want the best minds, you want the cleverest minds. And a lot of what we have, but we always want more, and therefore you take someone from somewhere. First of all, you have to sit in their garden for probably like 6, 7, 8, 9 months.
Yeah.
And then by the time that they come, then to put into practice what their knowledge is and their tips and things takes another few months. So it's a patience game, Formula One, and it's something you have to get used to when you get to Formula One. So I guess there's frustration because I think whenever you don't achieve what you want to achieve, frustration builds up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think anyone shows it. I wouldn't say I show it. I get frustrated 100%, but I think we deal with it very well and we kind of realign what our targets are. And like you said, the knowledge that I have for where we are as a team, what we have in place, the plans, the structure for it all. I know more things than what people see from the outside. So it's easy to comment things from what it looks like our start to this season. Looks dreadful, whatever, no points, anything. But actually when you're in the car and you do this, difficult car to drive and so forth. But where we should have been is much higher than where people thought. Yeah. And we should have scored points and things like that. And it's always different when you know the truth. Yeah, simple as that. And that gives me confidence. So.
Yeah. And just looking at this week, I mean, obviously, hard to say, like you said, very, very close in that midfield. What are you expecting from this week? This track obviously very, very different from Baku a week ago. Where do you think you guys will be in that pack?
I think the team we didn't see do so well in Baku was Alpine. Yeah. And I think Alpine are in a very strong position still. They had a bit of an off weekend for whatever reason, but like we saw in Australia, they were actually fighting, probably the only team, I would say, that have been fighting the front cars. And we were close-ish, we're hanging on at points. But they were in the fight with Aston, with Ferrari at times, and Mercedes at times. So I think we'll see that probably them come back a little bit and have a better weekend, which makes our life tougher. Yeah. We have 4 teams which are extremely strong ahead of us and too strong for where we are, which leaves 2 positions, 9th and 10th, just kind of score points. And when Alpine are there, and at times they've been on average ahead of us, they can take up 9th and 10th pretty easily. So our fight is really against them and trying to outrace them for the time being. But at any point, another team can bring some upgrades and just have a weekend where the car suits the track and can just be ahead of us. So we just have to make the most of our opportunities for the time being. maximize our upgrades. We had quite a few bits in Baku, especially the floor. So just trying to understand that a little bit more. It's also a track where it should suit this track a little bit more. These higher speed corners. Baku, it's always very difficult to, you put something on the car, it's very difficult to get a feeling because it's just 90-degree corners. It's very much like a basic way of driving. Whereas here, you have to, these longer corners, you really try and feel where the car sits. And if that level's a little bit higher, it gives you more confidence and you feel like you can gain more time. So I think that's an interesting thing for us. So we'll have to see where we stand with those kind of things.
And just last one, I know F1 in America right now, it just seems to be getting bigger and bigger. This is pretty cool out here. I don't know what you make of it, and I think I'm not sure how competitive you were on the combine, but your time was up on the board.
What's the combine?
Is this NFL thing out here? You basically run through and do it at a certain time. Yeah.
So, okay.
But anyway, just the final question.
Might save it for the end of the season.
If you go last, you know what to beat.
Exactly.
Where do you see F1 in America right now? Like, it's just getting bigger and bigger. Do you think it's going to ease off at any point soon, or is it still the sky's the limit?
I don't think there's any reason for it to. I think we have Vegas coming up. We've got Austin coming up. Austin was one of the biggest events for Formula One last year, So especially here, comparing to last year, the amount more grandstands and hospitality units is insane. I don't see why it would slow down at any point. I think the sport are trying to do everything they can to make the sport better. I know we have tough races like Baku, and this doesn't please everyone. And you're gonna have races which are tougher and aren't as appealing. That's that's in all sports. You have games of football where it's 0-0.
Yeah, a lot.
You don't just go, we have to change the rules. So
people
just are too impatient and want too much at times, and that's just how it is. But I think the sport's exciting. It's on the way up. We're doing more for the fans, more for the sport, and we want it to be more exciting. The more exciting it is for the outside people viewing us, normally the more exciting it is inside the car. So the more fun we can have, the more fun you'll have watching us. And with having Vegas, with Austin, with Miami, 3 pretty insane places to go racing, especially Vegas. There's no reason why it's going to be slowing down anytime soon. So fortunate to add it all to the calendar.
Nice one, Lando. Thanks very much. Good luck.
My pleasure. Thank you.